Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. Thanks for staying with us. My pleasure to have with us here today Frank Mong from Trend Micro. Frank, welcome to Traders Nation. How are you today?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you. Good morning.
Good. Listen, lost data, email scams, victims, stolen identities. It's really overwhelming. How can we protect ourselves, Frank?
Well, there's a lot of different ways to approach this. I think the first and foremost is educating ourselves, educating our employees and our friends about safe web browsing, safe web surfing, email safety, and even mobile security, using your smartphones in a wise way. A lot of these areas are prime targets for what we call cyber thieves or cyber criminals.
Right. All right. So let's talk about this for a minute. What is the biggest threat that's approaching a business, or is it already there?
Yeah, I think right now the most popular way of attacking us, the common folk that use the internet, is through websites. A lot of websites that we deem to be safe or that we use for searching for information have been hijacked, and they've been hijacked by cyber criminals. And we unfortunately don't have a good way of telling, hey, what's a good website, what's a bad website. It's kind of like back 20 years ago in New York City. You walk down Fifth Avenue or you walk down Times Square. You kind of know what to avoid and what's safe.
Sure.
And today you just don't know anymore. You walk down a safe neighborhood, you think you're in the right place, but unfortunately you may be at the wrong website at the wrong time.
Right. All right. So shouldn't we focus on making our browsers smarter when it comes to? And I think Firefox is kind of touching on that. I'm not endorsing Firefox, but you can report scam websites or things of that nature. I mean, shouldn't we just have smarter browsers?
Yeah, well, I think it's a combination of having smarter browsers and also companies like Trend Micro helping customers understand what's good and bad, and that's what a lot of what our company, at least Trend Micro, that's what we do. Is we protect the innocent.
All right. So do you guys have a website?
We do. TrendMicro.com. That's TRENMICRO.com.
All right, TrendMicro.com, and we'll give that out on the other side too, since you mentioned it. All right, so browsers need to be smarter, and yes or no? I mean, do you see a development of smarter browsers coming down the road?
Yeah, I think it's more. I don't know if browsers can become smarter or if they build in certain features.
Yeah.
Browsers are going to focus on one thing. They're going to focus on user experience. They're going to focus on getting you information that you need quickly, without bogging down your machines.
I see.
So security companies really have taken on the onus of ensuring that websites are secure. So Trend Micro has done that.
Okay. All right. So browsers are basically the vehicle to get you through the neighborhood, not necessarily the armor that you need to protect you.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great analogy. I like that.
All right, now, what's in your opinion? What's the best antivirus software out there? Because let's face this for a minute, Frank. You've got malware, you've got virusware, you've got underwear. I mean, there's a lot of different things, Frank, that are going on. And I don't know if there's one software. Maybe you can tell us that is the silver bullet that protects us on all angles. Is there?
Yeah. I think there is. I think so. Without going into certain brands and vendors, just look for antivirus software that has integrated many forms of protection, like anti-spyware. That's critical.
Right.
Even certain software may have encryption that's included in the software to encrypt your e-commerce transactions. So that's a really cool feature to look for if you want to buy antivirus software or security software. Sometimes it's called internet security software.
I see.
Look for something that actually has e-commerce encryption, which means, hey, if you and I want to go shopping online, we go to Amazon.com, and we're going to enter in our credit card. Before you do that, you want to make sure that there's something in your computer that's going to encrypt everything that you type, so that if there's a keylogger, which is a common tool that hackers use to catch your credit cards, you can encrypt that information. Encrypting it means that whoever's trying to spy on you can't read it.
Right.
Yeah, so that's if you can get that, that's a great step to sort of prevent you from losing your personal data.
All right, and maybe one of those applications may also have another feature like firewall and things of that nature, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The firewall
fully encompassed software program.
Yeah, all-encompassing, all-in-one. But the critical features to look for is that encryption capability.
Sure. Now, I know Firefox has a nice little add-on where they have a keylogger encryptor, a key encryptor, which is really nice because you see it working as you type. It just throws out these digits, and hopefully that protects you. All right.
Yeah, hopefully it does. Now, the one issue with Firefox and some of the other open-source code. It's good stuff.
Right.
But it's open source. So which means the way that it works is open to the hackers.
Right.
So the hackers can decipher how that software is working.
Uh-huh.
And they could do something bad to it.
So they can reverse engineer it and build a workaround.
Possibly, but I don't want to say anything negative about open source guys. They're good guys.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they provide great service, and
Absolutely.
Let's face it, some of the open source products are superior to the commercial products.
Oh, right. I love Firefox. Yeah.
Right. All right. Now let's talk about this. You've got the antiviral software fully encompassed. You have like a residential use, if you will, or a personal use, let's say, versus a commercial use. Big difference, is there?
There is. So what we do at Trend Micro is we've got Trend Micro Internet Security for consumers.
Yes.
And it's got that encryption capability I talked about.
Right.
And for small business owners with, let's say 5 to 25 employees, we've got something called worry-free business security.
Okay.
And what that adds for that business owner is the ability to have an automated management capability so that all the computers, laptops, mobile devices that are used for that business all have that software on there. All the bells and whistles, fully protecting that environment, and it's managed automatically through Trend Micro Automated Management System.
All right, now Frank, is there a difference in the robustness of software from personal to the professional, or is it just a number of features added on for like the small business?
Yeah, robustness and scalability are the difference, and that all comes down to central management.
Okay.
So just imagine if you and I are at home, we've got a couple of kids and a couple of computers. Hey, we can manage 2.
Right.
But imagine if we had 20.
Right.
Man, that would be tough.
All right, so it's expandable. It's expanded at level of service. All right, so since we're on the talk of business, how does a business protect sensitive data? Because we are in a digital age. Forget about the paper anymore. Everything's digital, transferable.
Yep.
And and how do you protect that?
Yeah, so let's look at how information gets out of your company, right? The most common way is email.
I see.
Email, right?
Yeah.
All kinds of email. So what I would advise most small business owners is to talk to their technical guy and ask, hey, have you locked down our email systems? Have you put some rules in there so that we know Excel files aren't going to get out? Certain types of PowerPoint that have words like confidential on it aren't going to be sent out accidentally by employees.
Sure.
A lot of these times, these things happen by accident. No one means to send out, private data, financial information. It's usually, something that someone didn't mean to do. So if you actually put in just, before you go and buy a bunch of bells and whistles, just go and talk to your email guy and say, hey, can you please lock these things down at least by default so that we have some abilities to block some of these files that we don't want to leave the company.
So email is one of the ways, but let's say somebody's malicious. They have like a little portable USB drive. It just fits in their pocket. How do you stop something like that, Frank?
Yeah. Now, this gets more complicated, right? So whether it's a USB drive or an iPod or something like that.
That's intention.
Oh, yeah. So now you're talking, there's more sophisticated capabilities out there. So we've got something called data leakage protection.
Yeah.
And this is a common problem that we see from small businesses to large enterprises. And you just basically what you need to do is you need to get some intelligence onto your desktops and laptops and mobile devices that start to control what your users can and cannot load onto a USB drive. So there's software you can buy that Trend Micro offers around data leakage prevention. Or if you want to go to extremes, some companies have taken out USB ports.
I see.
Yeah. So if you talk to Charles Schwab and you talk to their chief information officer, they'll say, hey, we've taken out USB ports.
We welded them.
Yeah. No, seriously. I know it sounds weird, huh?
No, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they did it years ago on the AC control unit. They put a box around it so nobody.
That's right.
They welded them close so you couldn't touch the AC. Why not the data? Because data is valuable. Which brings me to my next question. Yeah. You got data on the customer side, and then with that, there's a certain amount of liability that's involved, Frank. You see it in the news. Credit card companies, the data reels are lost. 5,000 or 500,000 customers' information's out there.
Yep.
Phone numbers, addresses, social security numbers. So there's a certain amount of liability that's involved on customers' data too. How do we protect that, Frank?
Man, that's a tough one.
Insurance.
It's hard because I think as a user of credit card, you and I, we can we can sort of figure out, hey, where should we use our credit card, where should we not use our credit card, to stay sort of protected. But once that credit card number leaves our wallet, and it is in somebody else's hands, that's where you really have you can't protect. Hopefully, what's happening is that your credit card company gives you some sort of anti-theft privacy.
And a lot of them do now. Yeah, and a lot of them do now, anyways, don't they? I mean, in fact, Frank, we're out of time, but in fact, I think one of the credit reporting agency actually has a service now for $2 a month that you can sign up, Equifax, that will go to these underground sites and see if your information is being passed around. Now, Frank, do you have trial software or anything like that?
Yep, trendmicro.com.
Trendmicro.com. Head on over there today. Of course, Frank Mong's with us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Kurt.
You're more than welcome. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.